Ladies and gentlemen, there may soon be another foldable phone worth paying attention to for much more of the world. We have seen Xiaomi produce a few different, very impressive folding phones. Originally, the Mi Mix Fold, and now the Mix Fold 2 and Mix Fold 3. These devices look, like I said, extremely impressive. They are thin, they are light. The camera setups are flagship tier. But of course, these devices have been relegated to being stuck in China alone with no global launches. If you don't live in China, you're not getting this thing. You're going to have to import it from other regions. And then the software has the China variant software, and Play Store stuff can be a little bit tricky. Things are not quite as you would want them to be on a global phone. However, it appears as though that may be soon changing. We're going to take a look here at something I posted on Threads. You can follow me on Threads to see me post this stuff and keep up on the news even more quickly than you would be from just watching this channel. This is based on an article from GSM China, which I will have a link to in the description down below. You can go check that out. And what we're talking about here is the fact that apparently not only is there a Xiaomi Mix Fold 4 coming potentially quite soon. We'll talk about that at the end of this video. But apparently will also be a global launch if these details, again, are to be believed. Now, this is very interesting because the Mix Fold 3 just launched in August, which at the time of recording was only a few months ago. But it appears as though that Fold 4 is indeed coming, and GSM China was able to discover something quite interesting in the GSMA IMEI database. They found a model number here, 2405 CPX3DC, where C likely indicates China, but they also found the same thing with a G on the end, which they believe to mean a global launch device. It's pretty normal for these companies to do things exactly like this, to have something in that model number that designates this is, for a particular region, China, global, what have you. Now, of course, like I alluded to earlier in this video, you don't want to just take the exact same phone and launch it globally. You're going to want to tweak that software a little bit because Chinese customers have different sorts of expectations for their devices. They kind of do things a little bit differently there. So there's some things that would need to be changed before these devices go out globally. Now, unfortunately, most of the time when we say the word globally, we mean most places besides North America, but it would still mean that there will be a variant of this device floating around with hopefully better software for our proclivities over here in North America, and also would be easier to import from, say, Europe than from China. Maybe a little bit cheaper, hopefully. So there's still good news. There's still reason to be interested in this, even if globally, again, in a sense, it probably does not mean, almost certainly does not mean, a North American release. Now, I alluded to this release being potentially quite soon. Well, apparently in that model number, GSM China is speculating that that 2405 portion could be pointing towards May the 24th. Instead of a full year between the 3 and the 4, they would only be somewhere around 9 months or so. This could indicate that this device is not as big of a leap as you would want maybe from the 2 to the 3, but this would be a new device for a lot of the places it would potentially be launching in. And if we look at the Mix Fold 3's specifications on screen now, you can see this was an extremely impressive device. It is lightweight compared to most other foldables. Right there with something like the much lighter Z Fold 5. It's thin. It's got a really impressive camera setup. Top of the line specifications. This is a really nice foldable device. So again, it's going to be really cool if this does happen to have more options available for those of us that want to buy these new folding phones. OnePlus launching the Open in North America as well. Having more options is always better than having fewer options. Well, I guess there's probably a philosophical debate that could be had there. But I'm going to stick by that for this instance. More options for these foldable phones is going to be a good thing. Guys, let me know what you think about this. Are you excited about a potential Mix Fold 4 either coming to your region, perhaps being much easier to import with more Americanized software, perhaps? Fingers majorly crossed on that one, but we're going to hope for the best there. Again, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Subscribe for more content like this, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.